Alright, now I think it's good. Woohoo! There we go. Nobody out here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Don! Jared, Lee, Mason, Togo 100, how are you? Jack, howdy howdy, World Series. We are actually at the shipper 3 hours early. Hey, Tom Augusto. Tom Augusto. So getting a head start, if they're pretty quick. If we get a head start out on the road, we could meet the road crew tonight. That'd be good. Hey John, how you doing? Philip? Tom Count? Laura? Look at all the good people coming out. Big Lou? Good to see you too. I thought you'd be in bed, John. Huh? Oh, is it? Sandy, how you doing? Anthony, Euro Cup. Philip, Blockinator. Look at that, all the good people. I figured you guys might want to top while we're being loaded, right? We can't broadcast while we're driving, but we could broadcast while we're sitting here as long as the customer is okay with it. Captain Pike, how you doing? We only had 2 little premieres for you today, or this morning. You'll have one tomorrow, I guess. You know, but I was thinking, everybody got your hard hats? I was thinking, if we're gonna set up the memberships, instead of like, you know, doing the premieres like 8 a.m. every day or 9 a.m. or whatever it is, if I actually have a video edited and ready to go, we could open it to the members early, and then everybody else could see it later, I guess. I don't know how that works. Phil, how you doing? Yes, it was -12 last night. Well, they're not truckers. They're not doing commercial vehicles. Plus, the driver is not. The driver isn't the one that can read chat and all that stuff. He's got his passengers and other people in the vehicle doing it. So they have a different setup than just a single solo driver. Plus, their main concern is commercial vehicles doing it. You know what I mean? Somebody could be better than us, possibly. I didn't read the comment. But oh, sorry to hear that, Laura. Phil, how you doing? Let's turn the heater on. It's still chilly. Space Needle, how you doing? How do we manage in the truck at negative 12? Well, the truck did not shut off. It just kept itself going. Which, when you're in idle mode like that, you use 1.3 gallons an hour. But that's just part of expenses, you know what I mean? Gossamer, how you doing? Because you don't want your drivers to freeze. That'd do no good. At least the sun's out. The sun kind of cleaned up the roads. Well, we're 279 away from platinum. Why is the sun not helping? I thought the sun is nice. Clear the roads out. Warm you up. Frosty Froggy Butt. There you go. I don't know last time I got diamond. 2024 was pretty rough. We only got like 65,000 miles or something like that. 99 trips. Quite dismal. But when you're running hard, you bank the money, and when you're slow, you have money to fall back on. George, how you doing? We're supposed to only be loaded with 9,000 pounds. So that'll be nice. Mac B, how you doing? I hear you, George. Well, we're live now. We do live when we can. We did update the 70-hour clock as well. Lee, how you doing? A trucker operating a commercial vehicle cannot broadcast live or stream live to a live audience. I will say though that while most of the people have been supportive and understanding and whatnot, I've discovered a few that I'm glad we had this shakeup because it sent them somewhere else. Talk about entitlement. That's all we'll really say. Just, I think people put more into Facebook, social media type of stuff than really needs to be. For example, no names or nothing, but one person told me that what's the difference between holding my phone while I was broadcasting versus recording while we're driving. And the thing is, number one, we never held the phone. I guess that person never saw the phone fall off the windshield or whatever. And then, they said, oh, well, you just ruined your life. I'm thinking, I ruined my life because we're not broadcasting to a YouTube channel while driving. We ruined our life by following the law. Now, there's much, much more to life than just a YouTube channel or a website. Some people, but hey, if we no longer provide the service that they want or demand, so be it. But I strongly disagree with we ruined our life. That's just reeks of entitlement. That's all I'm going to say about that. So anyways, moving on. I agree with you, Glockinator. Just, wow. They kind of miss the whole idea of we're bringing you America. And we chat with you while we can, when we can. It's like they kind of lost sight of that, I guess. But whatever. Yes, we still record everything, and the thing is, less than 1% of the people actually watch live, anyways. So, Yeah, Glockinator, it's a sad world out there. You don't give me what I want. But Gossamer, that's fine by me. Because obviously they miss the whole point of us doing our show anyways. Ashman, how you doing, buddy? Still got a green light. So they haven't started loading us yet. Hey Bruce, how you doing? Phil? Jim, howdy. And one of the complaints was nobody's ever going to meet us again and all that stuff, yet we're scheduled to meet a road crew tonight. So that wasn't an accurate complaint either. Brian, we are trying to stay warm, yes. Cumberland, Missouri, that's who we're going to go meet. I forgot the guy's name. It was like a long name. MJ, how you doing? MJ, I was looking at Blue Sky because I could migrate the X post to Blue Sky, and then Blue Sky could go onto the website. It's weird though, because we already had an account with Blue Sky, you know, just but it says you need to verify your email, but we never get emails from them. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. So we're looking for an alternative to eggs. Howdy to Germany. How you doing? There's only 2 trucks here in the door, so hopefully it won't take too long. Maybe we'll just like make the change to Mastodon and start all over again, I guess. Hate to leave the 2,400 tweeter people we got though. I don't know. Requires more sort of research, I guess. Howdy doody, how you doing? And, you know, when we get the new snowman up and running, it'll have the location and our speed, and you'll still be able to figure out when we'll reach a bridge or whatever, so we'll still be able to see people. Charlie, how you doing? We did a test with Snowman yesterday. And the bobbleheads are on their way. Don't worry, we'll let you know when we can get them in the store. I keep waiting. I was hoping that Mark V would pop in the chat, but maybe he's in bed. I don't know. I noticed in memberships you could have custom graphic things, whatever you call them, emojis or whatever. So if Mark did all the highway signs with the frog and all that stuff, I'm thinking maybe Mark would want to make a couple of custom emojis that members can use. I don't know, like a frog holding a bag of Cheetos, or, you know, a picture of the truck, or a picture of me, or a picture of Stitch, or Sally, or whatever, or something, or I don't know. Just something to toss out and think about. Like on Interstate 64, I noticed that the frog's holding the 64 sign. I thought that was pretty cool. I wish I knew how to design stuff like that. We owe Stitch $1. Well, he ate my meatloaf and my ribeye steak. He owes me like $500. Hey Gaz, how you doing? You're welcome. Wow, we never forget the Lurker Lounge. Tony, how you doing? Roy boy, howdy. Black and Blue, how you doing? There you go, Mason. Georgia and Florida. Nice. Michigan? It's been quite a while since we've been to Michigan. Frank, how you doing, buddy? Tony? What's up, Frank? We're up to 15 different states for 2025. Nice. By the way, we're getting ready to be loaded any minute now. And we deliver in Portland, Tennessee. Hal, how you doing up there in Canada? Well, it's not really the company that chooses where we go. It's the customers who call the company and say we need freight moved. Remember, it's customers that we service. You know, the company does nothing but provide, you know, trucks. Commercial buffer. Ruth, how you doing? Wampus, how you doing? We've not been here that I remember. I've been to this company before, but I think it was actually an older warehouse many years ago. Patrick and Solani from Amsterdam, how you doing? If you ever want a nice little small town to stay in, Marsing, up in the UP is pretty nice. I stayed there before. Munising. Okay. Munising. That's when we went over the bridge, right? Two old man, how you doing? What was that, Pitcher Lake or something like that? Pitcher Rock? Oh, okay. Pitcher Rocks National Seashore. That's right. Had a glass bottom boat, and you could actually, they took the glass bottom boat over shipwrecks, which I thought was pretty awesome. That's right. That's right. If you look at our Christmas cards, there's an abandoned lighthouse from many years ago that came from that trip. How you doing, Spain? We're doing good too, old man. So what's happening with Jens? I missed it. I must only get every other chat line or something. Why is he trapped there? Spain wants to know if it's going to come out. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you want it to come out? Yard work. Woohoo! Well, that's what happens sometimes. That's why I say it's like BigRigTravels is about showing you the life of a truck driver, whether we're sitting in the parking lot or doing a trip or whatever. But people don't understand. People just want to be entertained, you know, and drive constantly aimlessly around the country. They don't realize real life doesn't work like that. They're just like ice road truckers. You watch ice road truckers every half hour or hour show, however long it is. You don't realize there's 4 trucks, you know, and 7 cameramen, and they film for 7 days, and then if anything exciting doesn't happen, they create exciting things, and then they edit all of that into a half hour. And sadly people think that that's real life, and it isn't. I figure the people who like us will stay, and the people who demanded we do things their way, hope they find somebody to make them happy. I ain't got time to mess with them. Orangeburg, South Carolina, I've been there. We had 7 trailer tires go bad. Or we picked up a trailer and they had 7 tires bad. We only take it trailers to the border. That's all. You know, there's people that watch soap operas and then see the actress or actor in real life, you know, and they may be a meanie on TV, but then they also think in real life that that person's that way. I think people don't get a grip on what's real, you know what I mean? And then of course you have a bad thing where you feel everybody should bow down to your needs, not do what's best for them. Type of thing. That's why I'm a firm believer. If you go through life and your true friends you can count on one hand, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Living a dream, how you doing? Oh, it didn't go to our head, no. I had a ball, I really did. I wonder when the commercial comes out, how many viewers are gonna be, oh, you're not there doing it live, oh. That just cracks me up. You know, I'll be honest, I'll say this. I didn't know how weird people were until we started dealing with the website, you know? The comments you get and emails and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, no wonder the world's all screwed up. A lot of people got a warped sense of mind processing. You know what I mean? There you go, that's exactly right. They're there when you got the money and gone when you're not. The best ones, I think, are the people that told me, oh, BigRigTravels is going to collapse. You might as well fold up your channel. And I was like, yeah, we've been here 18 years. That's not happening. Can you believe it? We'll be here 18 years. In 2 weeks or so, a little bit more than 2 weeks. Well, if somebody isn't quite educated or smart, I don't have a problem with that. But it's the entitlement that just makes my skin crawl. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all ever read the horror stories from HOAs? Every now and then I'll come across a HOA story that's just absolutely insane. Number one, I would never, ever, ever, never, ever buy a house that had a HOA. To me, that's the most silly thing in the world. You know? Self-esteem, how you doing? Mendel, howdy. Savannah, Georgia got snow. Hey Mark, did you build or create or design the highway signs of the Frog Holden 64? Did you do that or what? Mark, I was reading that with memberships, you can have custom emoji things or whatever. Would you be interested in making a pile of custom stuff that members can use? I don't know where they use it. I don't know if they use it in their comments or whatever, but maybe do one of the frog, maybe one of me, maybe one of the truck or something like that or whatever. You know, is that something you'd be interested in? Because I think you do a great job with that. I'm hungry. Maybe we should eat our free Cheetos. I mean, not Cheetos. Free Snickers we got yesterday. By the way, if you have a Pilot app, Pilot card, I think it's until the 23rd or 24th or 25th or something like that. Buy one share size Snickers, you get one free. That's pretty good. That's half price. Well, Mark, a lot of people keep asking me to include memberships, so I'm thinking if everybody keeps asking me for them, might as well try it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, nothing says people got to be a member. A truck with a beard. There you go. Carp King, how you doing? But anyways, it was just food for thought there. Mark, if you had interest. You could probably Google that. What happened with the West Coast freight? Well, West Coast is still moving, but all of those truckers are kind of staying local out there too. There's not much flying across the country. I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad to be trucking and have a job and have insurance and have 401k and have vacation. You know what I mean? The whole landscape of everything, from the economy to trucking to everything is just all out of whack. So I'm just glad I have a job. Somebody I know lost a job, you know. Think of all the auto makers. How many factories they're closing, you know, and all that stuff. I mean, I'd love to go back out. We've been asking, but I don't know. I don't have any control over that. Like I said, I'm just glad to have a job. A job that I love. You know what I mean? You got to put everything in perspective. A lot of people don't do that. If you want to see what our truck looks like, that's what our truck looks like, parked across from us. Except for our truck color is a little bit darker shade than that. Yep, we're still moving along and making money and banking money and still breathing and, you know, all the important stuff in life. But, you know, things go in circles. So maybe we'll end up going back out to the West Coast. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I don't know. It's all out of my hands. I don't worry about it. If I'm making money, then we're making money. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't need trucking to survive. You know what I mean? I'm really out here because I have a ball out here. Trucking provides play money, to be honest with you. That's how we can afford to cook brisket and ribeyes and all that good stuff. And buy all this YouTube equipment. By the time we get out to Oregon, two old man's gonna need to rent a container for all the goodies that he's been buying us. If you're looking at your truck, from that one is the Starlink visible? No. It is mounted at the top of the truck, but just below the little bat wing there. In other words, if you look at the top of that truck, Starlink is 1 inch lower than the top of the bat wing. February 8th, we officially turn 18. So who paid for Jemima's Cheetos? We make her come up with her own Cheetos. Oh, don't be sorry, Vicky. You know what I mean? Well, Vicky, yes, they should follow the rules, but people rob banks, even though it's against the law. People swindle money out of other people. That's against the law. People steal identities. You're not supposed to do that, but people do. Thing is, though, with truck driving, you're hauling 80,000 pounds going 70 miles an hour or whatever. You see what happens all the time. All these big rigs smash into each other. It only takes 1 second, and the 1 second that happens, once it's discovered that you are broadcasting live, you're done. And I don't want to take that responsibility. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's protected from the wind, but it's you want it to be lower than the truck, because if we go under a 13-foot 6-inch bridge, you don't want anything higher than that. Okay, we will be in our 18th year of broadcasting. Yes. Mason, aren't you the one that swore up and down we would lose 20,000 subscribers? That hasn't happened. I don't know. What did we do? Lose 40 or something like that? 40 people out of 75,000. But that's fine. We would do the same thing whether we have 5 subscribers. I put out a product. I put out our adventures. It's up to them, whoever wants to watch or not watch. We don't do what we're doing for any numbers or nothing like that. It's a free country, free world. You know, people can watch or not watch. We just keep on keeping on. I remember when you heard of a big pileup of trucks and stuff, it used to happen once a year. Now it's like once a month. You know what I mean? I think people just don't realize how to be safe anymore. It's all, you know, everybody thinks bad stuff will never happen to them. Yet, it constantly does. Besides, if anything were to happen, all these people that quote unquote demand I keep going live, do you think they'd be hanging around if we got in trouble? Do you think they'd stick up for us? No. First word out of their mouth is, you should have followed the law. So those people you'd never make happy anyways. Didn't you, Mason, say we're the one that said we were going to lose 20,000 subscribers? I could have sworn it was you. And did your little prediction turn out, Mason? I don't think so. See, and that's the other thing. We do things family-friendly, kids safe. We don't do all that dirty mouth garbage. In fact, listening to the CB was kind of like listening, you know, even in the days when all the truck stops had buffets. I hated to do the buffets, and this is before we cooked our own food, you know. I always hated to do the buffet because you would have you could hear the truckers gossiping and talking trash, and it's like, I feel like I'm in a room of old ladies gossiping. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. I thought being a trucker meant or being a guy, you didn't do all that. But I guess, you know, whatever. No, it was him. It was Mason. Mason, the doubting Thomas. Or the doubting Tobin, in this case. We just do our own thing. That's why we don't really socialize with other truckers. Because I don't want to be dragged into their garbage, to be honest with you. That's why we've always been a loner, too. We don't fit into everybody else's world. We do our own thing. Frank, you are actually correct. We have so many things. For example, if we're running radar, running cruise control and stuff like that, if somebody pulls in front of us and slows down, the truck will automatically slow down. So it allows the truck to more or less drive itself more, which gives truckers time to play on the internet or whatever. I remember a trucker ran over people. I don't remember when or where. Traffic slowed down. He didn't. He ran over a bunch of people. Come to find out, he was shopping on Amazon while you're driving down the highway. And the thing is, you get into an accident, they're going to confiscate your tablet and your phone, and they have forensics that will go in there, and everything you do, every page you look at, every single thing is time stamped, and they can see what you were doing, if you were typing or not or whatever. They're not dumb. Electronic forensics, and we ain't getting mixed up in that mess. Carlisle. Well, we've still got a green light. Come on. Don't make us sit here till 5. I was hoping to get over to where that road crew is and shut down early. Because it's, what, a 2-hour ride out there? Cumberland, Maryland. Hey, Ronald, how you doing, buddy? What is a roof membrane? Take care, Frank. Yeah, and I was saying earlier that less than 1% of our audience watches live stream. Because people are working or whatever the case may be. A very few small percentage actually chat as well. So that means most 99% of our folks don't chat and watch the recording anyways. So it's a really, really, really small amount of people that we upset. But, oh well. Okay, rubber or PVC? Thogel, how you doing? You take care. How long have we been in the door? An hour now? Self-esteem, glad to hear. What's the favorite state to drive in? I like all the states, to be honest with you. As long as it's sunny and the roads are clear, then it's a good state to drive in. I do, if you had to pick, I do like the Northwest, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Northern California, all that good stuff. Yes, we will be driving today. We have to get this load over to Cumberland, meet Christopher. I'm reading Christopher's email. He gave me his phone number to let him know when we get close. Oregon. Whoop whoop. Yeah, but Christopher wasn't his chat name. He had some weird long name. Thank you, Tom. Mr. Count. Thank you, Billy. I wonder if flip-flop truckers wear flip-flops in the snow. Good way to slip and break your face and get frostbitten toes. Box of stuff in Oregon. You know, we're running our recaps. So if we're being busy enough that we run out of hours, we're making money, you know what I mean? Did y'all see that accident yesterday? Or whenever it was on the stream? Big mess. You wear socks with flip-flops? That's even worse. Now you have socks that are wet and cold. Me. Hey, Bama, how you doing? Mo Richman, 300. Nice. How'd you remember that, MJ? You must have a good memory on you. Landon, we're doing good. Come on, give us a red light. Let's go, let's go. I should use this time to eat dinner. Billy, thank you very much. I would figure your water pipes would always be insulated. They were about average reviews. Let's see what we could dig up for dinner. Oh. What do we got that we can eat? How about some Red Lobster biscuits? Corned beef and Red Lobster biscuits. No, you, Phil, I forwarded your email to Bama. You guys come up with something, let's go for it. I was just saying, I was looking into it, but if you have more knowledge or experience or ideas, go for it. I was just saying that I was looking into it, but hadn't gotten very far. Edric, how you doing? Yes, the truck ran. Welcome back, Don.